Hi, I'm Terry Stewart and I'm here in Full Circle Farm. This farm was started 4 years ago and we have between 15 and 20 acres of land here. This land was donated to the community as a large garden for the community as well as a garden for the students here at Peterson Middle School. This area here that you're looking at right now is the children's garden. The students are taught how to garden in this area, what different plants grow at what time of the year, how to plant them, how to dig the soil, how to do compost and mulching. Over here we have students who are working in the area right now with the corn. They're getting the last of the corn, last of the grapes off the grapevines, and peas off the peas. And they're finishing up their summer crops right now. These crops are grown in very long rows. You'll also see the black plastic is put over them when they first planted in the early spring. That is to warm the soil and give them a good start to their growing for the whole season. If it gets too hot, we take the plastic up. If it doesn't get too hot, it also helps to keep it on and hold moisture in the soil as well. So you'll see some of the winter crops are being planted over on the other side. And you'll also see that everything is labeled. We have signs in front of you. And that's very important so that everyone knows what's growing, because different volunteers come in and they come and they pick and they grow and they plant. So everyone needs to know what's going on in which rows and where to go for the different foods. So this is all finishing up the children's area. We have a chicken coop over here, a greenhouse in the back, and these tables with the covering is a place where the students come. They bring their vegetables that they've picked, and they do either science experiments or they cook with them. And there's different areas there for them to learn with their teachers. This becomes a part of the school. The teachers come out and they bring the students at least once or twice a week. The students are also responsible for watering, weeding, and continuing the growing year-round. In Kigatoo, we know that you can grow year-round. You don't have the same 4 seasons that we do. You do have a rainy season and a dry season. So that you can also grow year-round. Your temperatures are high enough that you shouldn't have any problem growing summer vegetables most of the year. Over here, you're going to see an orchard. In this orchard, there are multiple different trees, all kinds of trees. You get from apple trees to fig trees, cherry trees, lemons, oranges, limes, grapefruit trees, peach trees, apricots, all the way down. It pans all the way down to the other end of the garden. So this goes approximately 4 to 5 acres. And as you notice, the trees all have to be spaced well enough apart. There's a watering system, irrigation set up so that the trees get plenty of water year-round. And they are set up on timers, so that the water turns on at certain times, certain days. Here you see how some of the raised beds are made. This is a raised bed. It's made out of redwood, and it's put together. The legs in each corner go down into the ground so that the bottom board actually touches the ground, and then we fill it with compost and soil. And the children can, or the volunteers can start working in these beds as well. So everyone's learning all the different ways of growing the food here at this garden. This is an oven that was built, and it's made out of clay. It has a chimney on it, and it also has a roof over it so that the rain doesn't come in. And inside this oven, they can bake. They've made baked corn and potatoes. This is the door. They put the fire in there, and then they can also just put their vegetables in there, wrapped up in either the corn husks or in tin foil, and they bake them in there. An oven like that can also bake bread if you put it in and start your fire, and then keep it nice and warm in there. You have to have a stack of wood to fire up your fire and have that available as well. Down here in this part of the garden, these were summer vegetables that were grown. Because of our 4 seasons, we're now going into a winter season. So our summer vegetables are dying out, and these will be pulled and rototilled under, and then our new crop will be planted for the winter. And we'll put in our cool crop vegetables in here. We also have over in the background over here a greenhouse. In the large greenhouse there, we have all of our vegetables and fruits are started in there, and they get to be big enough to go into a 4-inch pot. Once they get root bound or close to it, that's when they're brought out and put into the ground. Over here on the left, we have our beehives. You also, I understand you have 54 beehives, and we'll be making wet beeswax candles and other shapes. So this is where we have ours. We have a beekeeper that comes in and takes care of it. We can actually go over there. Look, you can see the inside of it. We have our beehive open over here right now, and you can actually see the screening and some of the beeswax is still there. So this is a working beehive colony, and we have it here year-round as well. The bees are more active in the summer and early spring and late fall, not so active in the winter time though, because it gets kind of chilly here. So down in this area, we're getting closer to where they've already started putting in the winter crop. And the winter crop mostly is large leaf vegetables. It can be lettuces, spinach, beets, kale, peas, and some beans. We also plant fava beans here. And fava beans also help to put nitrogen back into the soil. And nitrogen is very important for our soil so that it will help to help the other plants that are put in after the fava beans to have a good start, and the nitrogen helps the leaves get nice and green and helps the plant grow big and healthy so it can support all the fruit and vegetables that it will have. So you'll see right here a lot of the vegetables are already in. These were started in the greenhouses and put into here just a few weeks ago. So they will continue to grow throughout the winter time, and they will be picked by volunteers. And we have a selling shed up in the front that anyone from the community, they can buy boxes of the vegetables, and that money goes back into the garden to buy more seeds, the trees, maintenance of everything. So this is another thing that you can do in your community. Those people that can't participate in actually growing can participate by buying the fruits and vegetables that you do grow, and they will be able to support the garden in that way. Here is a timer. I'd like you to take a look at the timer here on the irrigation system and see how this works. You can attach a hose here. We have a hose attachment down here so that it can continue. This goes out to this is a large hose that goes out and attaches to smaller hoses and goes to the trees and irrigates the trees. So someone can come along and they can actually turn this on. We can also add a timer to it and make it go on a regular schedule as well. So you'll see here we have an apple tree. We just passed some apricots. We have a lot of different fruits and vegetables growing in our garden here. We try to do all of our pesticides with organic pesticides by bringing in other insects that will eat insects and things that will take care of the mold. Here's a lot of our kale, and our pumpkins are going out. So these were just planted in place of them, and they're going on too into the winter time. Our corn is just going out of season right now. That'll all be taken out, and what we do is we cut those down and we cut them into small pieces, grind them back into the soil so that more of the nutrients will go back into the soil. And over here, you can see more vegetables that are just dying out. We have some cabbage in here. They may replant and just put more cabbage because cabbage is also a winter crop for us too, but it will also grow in the summer here. So as we've been walking, we've covered approximately the 15 acres. I know that you've been given 25 acres, but you can develop it into something as big as this and even larger. Part of the acreage has been dedicated to chicken coops. It's been dedicated to offices so that the people that run it have a place to work from. And also on the other side is a parking lot, and also it's a center where we have celebrations. These celebrations occur on a regular basis throughout the year, and they're also fundraisers. Over here we have container cleaning. So you have a place, we have sinks here. They can also do some cooking, and you have some drying garlic hanging from the top. So we have different things that the students have worked with, the volunteers have brought over, and they use this throughout the time that they're here. They have all the wheelbarrows to work with. There's tools around, and there's a tool shed over here too. So there's places for everybody to get whatever they need and use what they need in order to make this a very working and highly profitable experience for everyone. Here's our chicken coop. Our chickens will eat some of the vegetation that's taken out of the garden as it dies off. And they also produce eggs. Our chickens produce enough eggs that they also sell those at the stand as well. And some of the volunteers receive eggs for their volunteer hours as well. Kind of a payment for them. We have all different kinds of chickens, and they mainly lay brown eggs. And the chickens have been here for about 3 years now, and they've just gotten more over time and done really well with them. So I put in a few more fruit trees here. Gives the chickens a little more sunshine, or a little more shade during the summer sunshine. And over here is one of the offices. This is a cooling shed over here where they keep things that need to stay cool for any period of time. And so this was put in on the other side of this is an office trailer. On the other side of the office trailer is where we have a lot of our celebrations and the dinners and barbecues and different things like that. Over here is the shed where they sell a lot of the items all year long. They have certain hours that they're open, certain days that they're open, and they have volunteers go out and pick during the day and bring everything up, and then they sell it from here. So that about covers everything here at the garden, and here we are. That's where we started. So thank you very much for joining us, and we really appreciate your time in watching this video, and we hope that you'll be able to build a garden as good or better and enjoy it very much. Thank you very much for joining us. Bye-bye.